everyone, so final video review for this week is for my paperback read, which was Friends Without Benefits by Dena Blake. For any of you that didn't see the introduction video last week, this is just a quick look at what the book looks like, so you can see that there. And this is video review. If you want to check out my written review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog, then there's a link within the post. So, Friends Without Benefits by Dena Blake was really intense, really dramatic, and super cute. I loved it. Dex, she's heartbroken following her best friend Grace getting married, and she really carries this flame for Grace, but she knows it'll never happen. And the problem with that is it doesn't stop her being at Grace's beck and call. She's literally like, Grace shouts, Dex is there. So she's got that complication going on in her life when she meets Emma, and things change for Dex a little bit, but Emma struggles with the closeness that Dex still has with her best friend Grace, and Dex is kind of faced with that dilemma of loving her best friend and what it means for her and Emma, and Emma sort of gives her an ultimatum in the end. So the wrong choice, and it is Dex who is going to lose absolutely everything in her chance for a happy ending, because she's never going to find it with Grace. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So like I say, wow, okay, I absolutely loved this, absolutely loved it. It was a total dilemma of a story, and I think that's why I loved it so much. It was such a conflict of interest for everyone, and for Dex mostly, but it was so complicated. She was facing so much, and it's the toughest I've ever read about, I think. I could really feel the intensity and the situation building, and the tension that was growing between Grace and Emma. I mean, seriously, like when your best friend is fighting with somebody who you love and care about, it's really, really hard. So now, funnily enough, I could literally put myself in their shoes and really sympathise. I was like really there in the moment. And Dex was torn between two people she loved in very different ways, but also in the same way, because she had legacy feelings where it comes to Grace, and she has all these new wonderful feelings when it comes to Emma. And so she was really in a difficult situation. Grace was fearing the change and loss, so that wasn't helping anything, because Dex had always been there for her, so of course she's acting out, she's acting really strange. And then Emma was just innocently trying to find happiness, and she really, you could tell she really cared for Dex, she really loved her, but she was struggling with this Grace issue, so which I get was completely understandable. At the end of the day, really, really understandable. So I was hooked completely from that very first page, and I couldn't put it down. This was like the ultimate story. There's no one's a villain, everyone's sort of struggling, nobody's to blame for anything. It's brilliant, and everything was just so real life and realistic. It was a real life mess, and these things happen to people. So realistic in that respect, and change affects everyone, which, as was proved with Dex, Emma and Grace, all that change was causing each of them different sort of to go through different situations and different emotions, even though they were in the same situation. Circumstantially it was different for all of them, and so it can be anything from like a big life change, so like Grace getting married, to just meeting someone that takes your attention away from someone else, or that had previously, you know, where you previously had focus elsewhere. When something new comes into your life, the conflict that causes when your attention's taken away from the thing that was previously important to you. That they're all things that we all deal with, and it's like a form of jealousy, but it's not quite jealousy, if you know what I mean. It's just like a fear of loss mixed with that, which is a really strange emotion to be going through, and all these characters were going through it in like different stages at different points, and for different reasons. So I adored how Dena has explored sort of that triangle relationship between three people in a very different way. You've got lovers, rivals, friends. It's amazing, and it was so good. I couldn't even pick a side. I didn't know if I was on Dex's, Grace's, or Emma's, because I could see the point of view for all three characters, and I was like, you all have valid reasons for your like behaviour in a way. I did understand. So I did sympathise with Grace quite a lot, but I did spend quite a bit of time annoyed at her for a long time, wishing she should sort of just give her blessing to Emma and Dex, so they could have a fair chance. But it wasn't all on her. Like, Dex was equally responsible for the issues and misunderstandings with her involvement with Grace, where it came to Emma understanding it. And she was kind of getting in the way of her own happiness as well. So her struggles really broke my heart. But she was being torn between a best friend and potential for happiness. And I mean, Emma was amazing, so it was a really tough decision. She felt like she was going to lose something in the long run, because compromise is hard. And so I could understand why she didn't want to sort of do as Emma was asking and ditch Grace. She's got that legacy with Grace. She doesn't want to back off, because getting over someone you have unrequited feelings for is firstly very difficult, and especially when they're such an important friend, such an important part of your life, that can be soul destroying. So it broke my heart that they were all sort of pushing the situation to the point someone was going to get hurt, rather than sitting down and talking about it. But that's what we do as human beings, isn't it? We tend to make things worse rather than talk to each other. Communication is key, and we don't do a lot of it. So I loved that. It was so realistic, and I really love the story. I really couldn't get enough of it, and I hope we're going to see Emma and Dex again. Maybe Grace, but you know, she's not so important anymore, is she? Because I just love them together, and I'm so excited to see what the future has for them. But I highly recommend this. It's really engaging, it's really exciting. It's got a lot of great romance in there, with lots of drama, angst, and there are loads of cute moments, whether it be between friends or between lovers. It's really, really, really cute. So this is my favourite Dena Blake story to date. I haven't read them all, but this one has to be my favourite now. I absolutely adored it, and I hope you will too. So I'm going to pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of Friends Without Benefits, which I hope you will. If you've read Friends Without Benefits by Dena Blake, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please comment below. Please let me know what you thought of the book and of the situation and everyone and the characters. If you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to be read list, you're planning to read it, or you're now really, really intrigued and thinking, I need to read that book, again, it would be great to hear from you. So please let me know what you thought of it, and comment below. So if you do grab a copy, I really, really hope you adore it as much as I did, because it's a fantastic read. Bye!